my feeling is that we're in a huge ecological crisis on this planet right now, and that psychedelic plants are literally designed by nature in order to help us become more aware and more ecologically aware. What I wanted to say about ayahuasca, I had experimented quite a bit with DMT and harmaline. I would drink Syrian root tea and then smoke DMT, and I really thought that was an ayahuasca experience because it stretched the DMT experience out, it slowed it down, it was much more comprehensible, and I didn't realize until I actually went down to Iquitos just how different doing the actual indigenous plants were. There's something really special about ayahuasca that's different than just doing DMT and harmaline. There's the spirit of the Amazon is truly embodied inside of the plant medicine. And one of the things that really occurred to me when I was down there doing the ayahuasca was, for the longest time, I had been telling people in workshops, I do workshops with Mariana about how to navigate altered states of consciousness. And I've always taught basically, Timothy Leary's formula that setting and dosage are the three primary factors that play a role in determining what happens on a psychedelic experience. And when I was down in Iquitos doing ayahuasca, I realized that there was a fourth factor that I'd overlooked. And that was the intelligence and the consciousness and the intention of the plant itself. And it's very obvious when you do ayahuasca that there's an intelligence communicating with you. It's obvious with mushrooms, and it's not as obvious when you do LSD or a lot of the other psychedelics, but I've become convinced that it's now a factor in what happens during the psychedelic experience is that the intention of the plant. And I think one of the primary intentions right now is to teach human beings to become more ecologically aware. It's very interesting that psilocybin mushrooms proliferate and grow specifically in areas where there has been ecological upheaval, where there's new roads being built, where there's construction sites. It's almost as if they're a response from nature. I mean, isn't it interesting that so many people have ecologically aware experiences on mushrooms and on ayahuasca, and these things grow in areas where there's a lot of ecological disturbance. So I think that they were designed by nature in order to help us become more ecologically aware. And I think that it's really our last hope right now, to be honest. I don't think there's that much time left. What's happening in Fukushima and the Gulf of Mexico and just the toxicity of this planet is just overwhelming. And unless people wise up and become more awake very quickly, I think we're doomed as a species. But I'm very optimistic that these things are going to help us in time and that we'll be able to pull through. So I'm pretty hopeful.